Chicago, Illinois, January 14th, 2018. Hospitals are often places of healing and hope, but for those who work the night shift, there's another side, a darker, more unsettling world where the boundary between life and death feels disturbingly thin. This is the true story of St. Augustine's Hospital and the terrifying events that unfolded on a cold winter night in Chicago. It was a quiet night at St. Augustine's Hospital. Nurse Sarah Mitchell had just started her graveyard shift, which she always dreaded. The hospital was mostly empty, save for a few long-term patients and the eerie quiet that filled the halls. Sarah had worked there for nearly 5 years, but something about the hospital at night never felt right. The long, dimly lit hallways seemed to stretch on forever, and strange noises often echoed through the building, noises that no one could explain. But this night would prove to be unlike any other. Around 2 a.m., Sarah was making her rounds when she approached room 409. The patient in 409 had been in a coma for months, and no one had visited him in ages. As Sarah checked his vitals, something strange happened. The heart monitor began to beep erratically, even though the man was completely unresponsive. Thinking it was a technical glitch, Sarah tried resetting the machine, but it malfunctioned. Suddenly, the room grew unnaturally cold. Sarah felt a chill run down her spine as the lights flickered. Then she heard it, a whisper. At first, she thought it was the wind, but when she leaned closer to the patient, she heard the faintest words. "Help me." Sarah froze in shock. The man in the bed was in a coma, unable to speak, but there was no mistaking it. The words came from him. Panicked, Sarah rushed to the nurse's station, her heart pounding. She told her colleague, Jack, what had just happened. Jack, always the skeptic, shrugged it off as fatigue or her imagination playing tricks on her. But Sarah knew what she had heard. Reluctantly, Jack agreed to check room 409 with her. When they arrived, the room was silent, but the chill still hung in the air. Then they noticed something chilling. The heart monitor, which had been malfunctioning moments ago, was now completely flatlining. The patient was dead. But that wasn't the most disturbing part. As they turned to leave, they saw something written on the window in the patient's room. A message scrawled in the condensation that hadn't been there before. It read, "I'm not alone." Shaken, Sarah and Jack rushed to the hospital's security room to check the cameras. What they found made their blood run cold. The footage from the hallway outside room 409 showed Sarah entering, just as she had described. But as she stood over the patient, something else was captured by the camera. Something they hadn't seen before. A dark, shadowy figure stood at the foot of the bed, watching Sarah. The figure remained motionless until Sarah left the room. Then, slowly, it moved closer to the patient and the screen went black. The hospital's security system had failed to record anything further. Sarah never worked another night shift at St. Augustine's. She transferred to another hospital, but the haunting memory of that night never left her. The staff at St. Augustine's whispered about room 409 for years, and no one stayed there for long after that night. What truly happened in room 409? Was it the spirit of the man in the coma? Or something much darker? Something that had been lurking in the shadows all along? One thing is certain. Augustine's Hospital holds more than just patients within its walls. Sometimes the dead aren't ready to leave. Thank you for watching this episode from Velours of the Past. If you enjoyed this journey into mystery and intrigue, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when our next tale from the past goes live.